On June 8th in Chicago, Illinois, the UFC will showcase two of its most decorated champions, whose combat sports resumes extend well beyond the octagon.
Muay Thai competition, MMA competition, K1 competition.
This is a lifelong martial artist, a born fighter.
I won 17 world championships.
The path to flyweight gold goes through Valentina Shevchenko.
Henry Cejudo wants to be known as the greatest combat athlete of all time.
The Olympic champ, the flyweight champ.
Something no one has ever done.
The Henry Cejudo.
At UFC 238, male and female flyweight champions Henry Cejudo.
The messenger! Message sent tonight!
And Valentina Shevchenko.
The strength of this woman.
With their legacies on the line against determined opposition. Top-ranked bantamweight Marlon Moraes will face Cejudo in the headliner.
We have an issue right here, ladies and gentlemen.
With the vacant 135-pound title.
Too much gold.
That gold medal, he can bring it on. It's not gonna help him.
Moraes is like a man possessed here.
Oh! Magic Marlon Moraes hits the button indeed.
And in the co-main event, #1 contender Jessica Eye.
Woo! Jessica Eye pouring it on.
Challenges Shevchenko for her flyweight belt.
She's angry, she's fired up. She's stated her claim on this division.
I fought some of the best women in this sport.
Flyweight, I've been waiting.
Because I'm here to win the title.
I will. Mark my words and put it on your calendar.
But that's not all. Former interim lightweight champion Tony Ferguson returns.
To come back and produce the way he did tonight is truly the stuff of legends.
Riding the momentum of a division-best 11 consecutive victories.
Thank you, UFC. I'm back.
Into a main card showdown with the winningest UFC fighter of all time.
Oh, he caught him.
Donald Cowboy Cerrone has more finishes.
That's it!
And more fight night bonuses.
Out cold.
Than any athlete in the promotion's history.
That's how you turn back the clock with a new weight class.
And he's the most willing to face Ferguson on short notice.
I'm the boogeyman, man. I'm the guy that they have to be like, ooh, cowboy on short notice?
We have seen a whole new cowboy inside the octagon.
Donald Cerrone's one of those guys anytime, anywhere, and he's a cowboy. I'm a horseman, dude. With me.
But before the octagon touches down in the Windy City, first, get ready for UFC 238 Countdown. The UFC's introduction of its flyweight division in 2012 saw Demetrius Johnson earn the inaugural belt and defended a record 11 consecutive times.
He's spinning for the arm. He's tapping! Unbelievable!
He dominated all comers.
Oh, he threw him right into an armbar! Phenomenal!
Including an unbeaten Olympic wrestling gold medalist named Henry Cejudo.
Those knees are coming out of nowhere. He stunned him to the body. That's it! That's it! That's the best pound-for-pound fighter ever.
Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson!
In bouncing back from his first professional defeat, Cejudo would lean on his head coach and loyal friend, Eric Albarracin.
There was a guy named Nate Carr who was an idol of mine while I was growing up wrestling. And his wife, she had families and friends and coaches all write something positive in a book before one of the biggest matches of his career against a guy he had already lost to. And that gave me the idea of this book. It's called the Aztec Warrior UFC Champ Camp. I used it to motivate Henry because Henry had to go out there and really leave it all out there and prove who's the greatest combat athlete of all time.
He's a young man with a success mindset, and he wants to be the UFC flyweight champion of the world.
There is no going back. There's only going forward.
Henry Cejudo with his first UFC finish!
Focus on the present, focus on the positive, focus on the process.
I'm just evolving. I'm just kind of scratching the surface. I want to fight for the title again.
They say the odds are against you, but they don't know who you are.
A loss to someone like Mighty Mouse made him a far better fighter. He has a fury inside of him.
There is no light at the end of the tunnel. There is only you. You are the light.
Just dominant world-class grappling.
You are the greatest wrestler in the UFC. You're an Olympic champion. Go out there and show it.
I think the question that we have to ask is how much can a man improve in 2 years?
Demetrious Johnson. We are all witness to his greatness. Will it continue tonight?
For a guy that defended the title 11 times, he doesn't seem as if he's ever been in a war or ever truly challenged and made to do things that he doesn't want to do in the octagon.
You're ready, fight. Let's go.
Oh, takedown. Oh, Henry Cejudo landed a good left hand there. A very good left hand.
I mean, did you see that?
Oh,
did you see that?
Beautiful.
I mean, that is high-level wrestling there by Henry Cejudo.
We have arrived at the 5th and final round as Henry Cejudo tries to change the course of sports history.
I think that Demetrius' loss is what put a chip on my shoulder.
We don't get tired, we get hungry. Let's burn the castle. Let's burn the shit. Let's do it, Henry.
So I studied this man. I studied all his movements. I knew exactly what he was gonna do.
Knee to the body lands for Cejudo. Another one for good measure. And the left hand behind the ear. Oh!
Oh, man! Oh!
What a fight!
What a fight! What a fight!
I isolated the game plan, and I became victorious.
Henry Cejudo, you just shocked the world.
Cejudo accomplished what no man before him ever had, capturing both an Olympic gold medal and a UFC world title.
Twist side to side.
But the messenger would not rest on his laurels. He sought something even greater.
I'm just like, man, this is the big deal. This is a time for me to really prove to the world who I am as a person and how I can convey it as a fighter.
Return that hip inside your body this way.
Yep. Me being Demetrious Johnson, the next best thing after him was TJ Dillashaw.
The same night Cejudo took down Demetrious Johnson,
Oh, Dillashaw tagged him!
TJ's gonna close this out!
headliner TJ Dillashaw would defend his bantamweight belt.
You make a very good argument as being the best bantamweight of all time.
I am the best bantamweight of all time.
And subsequently dropped to flyweight in pursuit of Cejudo's title.
Well, in this era of super fights, it could not be more fitting that we close out the inaugural UFC Fight Night on ESPN Plus with a matchup of champions. Henry Cejudo, the flyweight champion, trying to stay that way tonight against TJ Dillashaw.
The challenger, TJ Dillashaw!
Ready to fight? Let's go!
Early head kick from Cejudo. TJ partially evades. Big right hand from Cejudo!
Cejudo's got him!
Dillashaw a little bit desperate here early. Big right from Cejudo!
Oh, he got it back!
Henry Cejudo knocks TJ Dillashaw out in round one!
Demetrious Johnson was the greatest of all time. Beat him.
Do you believe it? And still the flyweight king!
The greatest bantamweight of all time, TJ Dillashaw. I beat him.
The messenger! Message sent tonight!
I became an instant legend.
You take out a man who is the champion 10 pounds north of 125. Your thoughts on what the future holds for Henry Cejudo?
TJ, we can do it again. And this time we'll do it 135 pounds, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Henry Cejudo!
Some crazy news that broke this morning that TJ Dillashaw has been flagged by the New York State Athletic Commission and USADA for an irregular test from his last fight against Henry Cejudo.
He has relinquished his bantamweight title after being suspended.
Very unfortunate situation. Cejudo was supposed to come up and have that fight with him.
So now the question is, what do you do with the bantamweight title?
Despite Dillashaw's swift departure from the sport, Cejudo remains steadfast in a shot at the now vacant 135-pound belt. So the UFC would summon its #1 ranked bantamweight to face Cejudo on June 8th in a title bout to crown the new champion.
The champion got a problem, and here I am to resolve. The UFC know I want to be the best. I want to fight with the best. They're gonna keep calling me, and I'm gonna keep knocking them out.
A 5-time defending champion outside of the UFC. Victorious in 17 of his last 18 bouts.
Good. Flick that jab in my eyes. There you go.
Marlon Moraes is the greatest possible challenge for Cejudo.
Good. 2-3-2.
And he welcomes the flyweight champ to less familiar territory on June 8th.
1-1-2. Good. Good. Fake it. There you go. Perfect.
He's a flyweight coming up to bantamweight, and I don't see anyone beating Marlon for a while at 135.
Yeah, really get that knee through. Hurt his body whenever you throw knees. Hey, there you go. Feel the difference?
Out of all the people I hold pads for, Marlon is pound for pound the hardest hitting.
Go. Go. Rip. So, teep. Hey. Hey, there you go.
I think Henry Cejudo is going to be shocked.
Marlon Moraes, native of Brazil, but has been training with Ricardo Almeida in Toms River, New Jersey. A lot of buzz surrounding this fighter, taking on this challenge against a very game opponent in Aljamain Sterling, 2 top 10 contenders in the bantamweight division.
In his last 3 octagon appearances, it took Moraes less than 5 combined minutes to put his perfected craft on display.
Moraes fires that right hand quickly.
Henry Cejudo, he can have his Olympic medal in wrestling, but I have the Olympic medal in MMA.
Marlon Moraes said he still has not pushed that button.
I can fight everywhere, and I'm unpredictable.
He wants to show everybody why he should be thought of as a contender in short order in this division.
You don't know what I'm gonna do.
Big kick, and that is it! Magic Marlon Moraes hits the button indeed.
Absolutely brutal knockout. Jimmy Rivera, #4 in the world, 21-1. And tonight he puts that 20-fight winning streak on the line against his rival, Marlon Moraes.
I'm curious to see who will take the initiative and who will take the first risk.
Oh! Head kick for Moraes! Rivera in big trouble early!
Unbelievable accuracy and power. You wanted a victory, you wanted a statement, you got it.
Rafael Assunção is incredible. This guy has serious power in his hands. And that's what Marlon Moraes knows. He got caught with that in the first fight.
And tonight he will try to right that wrong against Assunção.
Oh! 2 right hands.
2 big, heavy shots, and Assunção's on his back.
Passes over to half guard, and now he's letting the hands fly. Moraes is like a man possessed here.
That's a new blood on this division.
Guillotine. He's looking for the guillotine. But he's squeezing here.
Oh, and there's the tap. Marlon Moraes.
Wow.
And June 8th, the new world champion, Marlon Moraes.
Take a good look. The rising star in the bantamweight division is Magic Marlon
UFC 238 training camp is at full bore. But flyweight champion Henry Cejudo understands the necessary work-life balance required for the success of everyone involved.
Dá, mestre. Não sei, acho que a gente faz muito. A gente treina muito, sacrifica muito. A glória é muito bom.
Realmente.
Mas viver a vida bem, acho que é melhor. Camps are not always perfect, but you gotta do your best to communicate with everybody. And sometimes doing a barbecue with the guys.
The real barbecue.
It unites us a little bit more.
Whoa! I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Go outside.
Paulo, all these athletes that are good friends of mine, and you know, we all rejoice, man, have a good time.
The newest member of the team is undefeated UFC middleweight, Paulo Costa, who is learning firsthand what life is like at the top.
You want to be the best, dude, and you're doing everything right to be the best. Paulo knew me before I won the world champ, before I beat Demetrius. So he's out here kind of following the same process.
I think not have a limit, you know? How much I can do.
No, answer the question. Você quer ser campeão?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's the goal. That's the goal.
But
Você quer ser melhor do mundo.
But it's not enough, you know? It's not enough. I can be more.
He's watching the scientific side of like what we're doing.
Let's see. If I had his looks, I'd take over the world.
You know, he's gonna get connected with Neuroforce One.
All right, we'll do fit light peripheral reaction. Are we good over here, Matt?
Cejudo enlisted the services of Neuroforce One.
There you go. Circles.
For his two most recent title bouts.
Here is the #1 ranked flyweight contender, Henry Cejudo.
Where he took down reigning UFC champions.
He ends the greatest championship run that Octagon has ever seen.
And he intends to do the same thing against TJ Dillashaw.
And with such clear results.
Henry Cejudo knocks TJ Dillashaw out in round 1.
The collaboration continues.
See it without looking good. Nutrition, supplementation, recovery protocols, strength and conditioning, everything that has to do with human performance we're involved in with Henry's camp. Flip. In every camp, he gets stronger, he gets faster, he gets more explosive, his reaction speed increases. Yellow left, right green.
The task at hand for Cejudo's bantamweight championship fight with Marlon Moraes on June 8th.
Marlon, you're next. You're next.
Will be making necessary adjustments.
7-4.
For the flyweight king's return to 135 pounds.
I think he still sees me as a flyweight, and I think that's gonna be the biggest mistake of his MMA career.
Really put on some strength and power without worrying about getting him too heavy, and that's when he's the strongest. Flow. He is more explosive right now, at the heaviest we've had him. Find leverage. Go find it and get out of the way so you can make him move. Good. Rest.
I hope the best Marlon comes out June 8th. Because the best Henry Cejudo is going to be out there June 8th as well.
When #1 ranked UFC bantamweight Marlon Moraes is not preparing for his upcoming title tilt with Cejudo.
Who's better in basketball, me or you? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
He can always be found spending time with those who matter most.
Thank you.
My wife, Isabella, is with me for 12 years, and now we have 2 kids. I have Rafael, he's 4 years old, and I have Ryan, he's 5 months.
Oh, I just tagged him in the head.
I couldn't ask for a better family, and we're gonna go play some games, have some fun, and stay together.
This is so cool, Rafael.
I have 2 kids to raise, and I want to raise them well. I want to help my kids, and I want to make them a doctor, a lawyer, whatever they want to be.
Nobody can get us, buddy. Nobody. We're winning. We're going to pass those guys.
I'm going to support Rafael and Ryan, and they're going to succeed 100%.
Supporting a family is the ultimate motivation for any father who competes in the octagon. But at UFC 238, the stakes are even higher for Marlon Moraes.
This is the biggest fight of my life, and that's a belt on the line. So I'm gonna work as hard as I ever done before, and I'm gonna show up ready to win.
A victory lands Moraes the UFC bantamweight belt. But for his opponent, Henry Cejudo,
Watch, you want to grab that side real quick?
That's the problem, dude. The problem is when you have so much gold, it becomes an issue. We have an issue right here, ladies and gentlemen. Too much gold.
the incentive for victory lies in an obsession with legacy.
The price of gold is at its highest. And I got a room full of it. I love the reflection of gold. It gives me some type of energy. It's just these gold problems, Jesus. Why must I have so much gold?
I can talk about you if I don't like you. I don't like Henry Cejudo. I can talk about him. He dreams so much, walk around with the 2 belts. I'm not even thinking about the belt. I'm thinking about the smile on my wife's face, on my parents' face.
It's so beautiful to be in the beautiful city of Atlanta, home of the 1996 Olympics, and having the Olympic champ here. How's that?
This guy's about the followers he has. I don't care. I'm going there to represent my family, my friends, and I know I'm gonna represent well.
I'm ready. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. I forgot it. Marlon's a tough fighter. He's very driven, but he's never gone with a competitor like me.
Oh, he got him hurt bad!
I will take you to deep waters, and I will make you pay.
The messenger! Message sent tonight!
The rising star in the bantamweight division is Magic Marlon Moraes.
June 8th, you show up ready to kill, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be ready to kill.
Unbelievable accuracy and power for Marlon Moraes.
UFC 238's co-main event will be contested for the women's UFC flyweight title. Challenger to the throne will be Cleveland's Jessica Eye, whose 13-1 career record at flyweight was interrupted by a bantamweight detour in the UFC, when 135 pounds was the promotion's only division for women.
I was the best flyweight in the world. I wasn't the best bantamweight, but I had no option.
You know, when you're fighting above your weight class, she's fighting some really big, strong women at 135. It's a tough challenge, but you got to do what you got to do when you want to fight in the big show.
I knew I was tough. I knew I was good. I knew I wasn't the heaviest or the biggest, but I knew I would contend with them.
I got to imagine at some point frustration kicks in for a fighter. Disappointing fight for Jessica Eye.
For flyweight to be here now, they're all screwed.
Flyweight debut for Evil Eye, who's been waiting and waiting patiently for her chance to fight in the UFC at 125 pounds.
The UFC would eventually introduce its flyweight division.
Let's go, ladies.
Where Eye would return to form.
Of course, Eye is known for her striking, for her hand speed, for her athleticism.
She might just pull her down. Good ground control here from Jessica Eye, showing she's the stronger grappler.
Jessica Evil Eye!
Flyweight, I've been waiting. The best is yet to come, baby.
And look at that swagger.
She's angry, she's fired up. She is absolutely shredded at this weight class as well. Oh, that was a stinging right hand. But she's not dealing with bantamweights here. 10 pounds is massive in these weight classes. And she came over to the matchmaker. She's stated her claim on this division.
She's got some momentum, 2 consecutive wins. Tonight, she'll try to come up large and take out the #3 ranked flyweight in the world.
This is a real showcase fight. They have a real opportunity to step up and be considered as one of the next girls in line.
Oh!
Jessica always pressing forward. Very aggressive. Woo. Oh, nice right hand.
3 straight wins earned Eye a title shot, and the #1 contender would make drastic changes ahead of the biggest fight of her life.
Okay, all right, so, Bobby, let's take the 16th over there with them real quick.
Sometimes it's hard when you're at these big teams. Everybody gets grouped into a system.
The guys on the 30th and the 7th, we'll have your round set for here, and then you come out, and then he's got a different routine set up for you for the conditioning after that, okay?
When I realized I didn't have the things that I needed in Cleveland anymore, I knew I had to leave, so the only other place to go was Las Vegas. And doing all of my camp and all of my training pretty much out of the Performance Institute. It's got that feel of a true high-level sports facility where they go in there and they focus on that individual athlete.
Remember, people don't miss front squats because of leg strength. They miss them because of posture, strong posture.
And I was so fortunate that I got to work with Bo.
strong, Jess. Nice job. Gotta love the growl. Strong posture, keep grabbing the ground with that foot.
Bo Sandoval is the director of strength and conditioning at the UFC Performance Institute.
We need to incorporate that balance and stability.
And accommodates athletes like Jessica Eye.
4.
Who are flocking to the PI in droves.
Good. Jab, step, punch. Jessica's changed up her fight camp. The resources that she felt like she wanted to get her hands on revolved around physical therapy and strength and conditioning. There you go. Good. 5 more seconds. We'll be short and quick. And these are where we're plugging the gaps. Keep going. Keep going. Relax. 161. Good job.
From unlimited Performance Institute access to a nightlife that is unrivaled, Jessica Eye's move to the fight capital has her primed for life at the top.
I've never lived out of state, and I can't wait to show that this was a good change. My biggest advice to fighters, people, or anybody is like, if you feel like you want change, but you're scared of it, just go do it. Just give yourself the chance. You might find everything you ever wanted.
This is a big fight for you and a big fight tonight for the title. Give us your thoughts on that and how you fit in that title picture.
Whoever the winner is, all right? It's my turn.
The same night Jessica Eye last competed in the octagon, the vacant flyweight belt went up for grabs. In a matchup between Muay Thai champions, Joanna Jędrzejczyk
$1 million check for me.
and Valentina Shevchenko, whose journey to that night went through the UFC bantamweight gauntlet.
This is a lifelong martial artist, a born fighter.
Shevchenko does have a smaller frame for this weight class.
Oh, she gets the tap!
Shevchenko's only setbacks at 135 pounds came in hard-fought decision losses.
This is a hard fight to score.
To reigning bantamweight and featherweight champion, Amanda Nunes, which extended the most trying period of Shevchenko's decorated career in martial arts.
That time that I was without the belt, it was the most strange for me because I used to be #1. In my Muay Thai competition, MMA competition, K1 competition, I was 17 times world champion. And I supposed to be, this is my place. Здорово, да? Очень красиво. Since very young age, every time in my mind, it was idea, if you do anything, you have to be the best. And this was my goal in UFC.
Здесь классный пляж. Можно приезжать и купаться, вообще шикарно, да?
But with 125, finally, I have this opportunity to fight with same-sized girls and to show like all my skills and everything that I have to be champion.
Well, you want to talk about a fighter with a lifetime in the game. Enter Kyrgyzstan's Valentina Shevchenko, maybe the best fighter on the roster who has yet to realize a UFC title. That is precisely the opportunity in front of Bullet here tonight.
Oh!
She is fast. Beautiful takedown, Charlie.
The strength of this woman. She just wants to get out of this. But even if she does get out of this, she knows now that this girl's got a grip like a crocodile. I mean, this is a Valentina highlight reel here. Oh, back kick. What timing on that. No telegraphing at all.
Another high-amplitude takedown from Shevchenko.
The physical strength and the grappling ability is so evident.
So Valentina Shevchenko and Joanna Jędrzejczyk go the distance. When the UFC introduced the UFC Women's Flyweight division, many believed it was an eventuality. And now the path to flyweight gold goes through Valentina Shevchenko.
UFC 238's co-main event will feature Kyrgyzstan's Valentina Shevchenko.
Valentina Bullet Shevchenko!
Who captured the UFC flyweight belt in her last outing.
I'm here with the winner and new champion, Valentina Shevchenko. How does it feel to finally get the UFC strap?
And embrace the opportunity to inspire a fan base that spans the globe.
I want to say thank you very much to all my supporters around all the world, and of course, to Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan is my home country, and all people, they love martial arts. Everyone is watching UFC, and of course, everyone was excited to see the belt.
Для меня это очень эмоциональный момент, потому что Кыргызстан — это моя родина, где я выросла, где я закалилась духом.
President of Kyrgyzstan, he gave me the Order of Glory. It's a huge honor for me. And of course, it gave me a lot of energy for my first title defense.
Shevchenko, like many UFC athletes, has taken training camp to the Performance Institute in Las Vegas, where she prepares for another World Championship contest, alongside the same head coach who has prepared her from day one.
Valentina is my student more than 20 years. Elbow pads, knee pads, helmet, big gloves. She understands me very good. She understands what I want from her in the training. Stop. 1 minute rest. 1 minute rest.
My coach, Pavel, you know that the job, what he's doing, it's every time good for you. That's why I'm very happy to have him, not only my training camp, but everywhere.
Shuttle check 360. Shuttle check. To win with the belt, it was a goal of Valentina for many years. And now she's preparing to do what she needs to do. Defend this belt.
Outside the confines of the PI resides a thriving MMA landscape, where Shevchenko's upcoming opponent, Jessica Eye, is taking guidance from a local legend, multiple-time UFC title challenger, Gray Maynard.
When I found out that Gray would be open to coaching me and helping with me, it was incredible. And after our first training session, me, him, and my jiu-jitsu coach, Darren, just like vibe.
We want to keep down, we want to grind. He comes up.
We're just pinching that
Stuck,
leg.
man.
Okay.
That's so slick.
Okay. He's the perfect guy for this fight.
Maynard's undefeated start in the UFC saw him dominate opposition with relentless wrestling.
And a big slam. Right in the body again. Gray's so strong. Another one. Oh, he gets his back this time.
So Maynard is bolstering the grappling of Jessica Eye in order to negate the kickboxing of Valentina Shevchenko.
Valentina is a classic counter striker, and you know she's pretty slick. Just to scoot you under my hips, now I'm here, which is even better.
So that's what you meant by getting over on the hip.
Yeah,
Both,
always.
Both over there. Okay.
Yep. But when it gets dirty, she's just not as good and clean, and doesn't know how to handle that pressure. So we're pretty pumped up about this. Roll your hip under.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Wizard. Sweet.
You can't stop a takedown when you're kicking somebody. So if I were her, I'd make sure I'd keep both feet on the ground.
Or I can go all the way, you know, switch my hip.
That is such a good move.
You can actually, yep, there you go. Boom.
That makes so much sense. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now I just found a creak in my own.
She's not gonna have an answer for my wrestling and my grappling.
Top flyweights strategize mere miles apart, often out of sight, but never out of mind.
Everyone, they are saying about her wrestle games, that she's gonna use like a lot of wrestling. It's okay.
She's so good. Beautiful takedown.
She can use her wrestling, but I can use everything.
She's got fantastic grappling and clinch work. Her takedowns are excellent.
I'm a martial artist. I can be whatever I need to on the fly. I'm working for that finish, but if we have to go all 5, we'll be ready for all 5.
The best is yet to come, baby.
I know my opponent. I studied her. I know what she's gonna do. And this is it.
Let's go.
It's the best 125-pound females in the world, colliding on June 8th in Chicago, where only one will be champion of the world. Deep in the heart of Orange County, California, lurks one of the greatest lightweight athletes the UFC has ever seen. Infrequently emerging from his private and secluded training grounds, Tony Ferguson continues the pursuit of a calling in martial arts that lured him from an early age.
My pops wouldn't let me fight when I was little, so he always said interscholastic sports kept me in school. So as soon as I got out of school, bet your ass I went right into fighting. I picked up boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. God blessed me with a lot of good talents. And in this sport, when I got into it, it was a growing process. I still haven't reached my peak.
There is seemingly no limit for Ferguson.
Ferguson's very aggressive, constantly pressing. Oh, that's it, out cold.
He spent the past 7 years.
Tony's got it, he's got it.
Laying waste to the best lightweights in the world.
This is an unorthodox freestyle fighter, does a little bit of everything. Oh, big elbow there from Ferguson.
When I'm out there doing my thing, it's like dancing.
And that's Ferguson at his best, mixing it up. You don't know what's coming.
It's rolls and tumbles and elbows and blades and shades.
Just so hard to anticipate what this young man is going to do.
No matter how bloody the fight does get, it's no better feeling than to have that hand raised in victory.
Ferguson's aggressive brand of freestyle fighting proved incomprehensible to the opposition.
Oh, stepped in with an elbow. Takedown by Lee. And Tony Ferguson is a patient wolf. Oh, he's got the triangle. He's tapping. That's it.
Tony Ferguson has done it. Tony Ferguson is the UFC interim lightweight champion of the world.
But soon after he seized the interim lightweight title,
UFC 223, Ferguson versus Khabib.
His chance at undisputed glory would abruptly slip away.
Ready? Come on. 1, let's go. 2, come on. Hips. 3.
Tony Ferguson has pulled out of the fight. He's injured. He hurt his knee.
His LCL's detached from his knee.
Quick, come on. Tony did not hurt himself in training.
He said he hurt himself at a TV station.
You know those thick cables that they lay?
Yeah.
Apparently he tripped over one and fell.
The interim title just goes away.
Tony Ferguson is returning here this weekend against Anthony Showtime Pettis a lot sooner than a lot of medical professionals would think he would be humanly capable of returning.
They were telling me 6 months to a year, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it in 4. I'm I didn't lose my belt. So yeah, I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder.
You might be looking at the most exciting fighter pound for pound in mixed martial arts today.
An unprecedented return to form saw Ferguson take center stage in a main card billing on the most watched UFC pay-per-view event of all time.
Tony Ferguson, 6 months after a major knee surgery, back to the octagon, taking on Showtime Pettis.
See Pettis going right after the knees right away. Ferguson, right after the leg.
And Ferguson returns to him.
The pressure that he's putting on Pettis right now is silly. He's not chasing, he's heading off Pettis.
Yeah, tremendous pressure. Pettis just can't get any space.
Locked.
Look at him, walking him down, talking to him, and just does not get tired. Oh.
Big right hands from Ferguson.
He hurt him.
Strong close to round 1 for El Cucuy. Round 2 here.
Oh, he got him! Oh, he's hurt!
Oh, big right from Pettis!
That's one thing about Pettis. He can finish anything. He's on him.
He's attacking the leg. Well, there's a tremendous amount of blood coming out of Pettis' head.
You got a big cut on your head. The doctor's going to look at it real fast. Right here. This is a fight.
We are the only three gentlemen sitting in the T-Mobile Arena right now.
Woo! Oh, my goodness. It's getting wild.
I'm just thankful for this fight right here, right now.
Ferguson ripping the body there.
He sliced up the left side of him as well now.
Final seconds of the round. Pettis covers up.
Unbelievable pressure.
Unreal fight so far.
That hand's broken. I can't have you fighting him if you didn't got that hand, all right? Hand's broken.
That's it. Duke Roufus is not going to send his longtime pupil out there. El Cucuy is back in a big way tonight.
I had my title stripped from me. It was just one of those things that I need to get back. In order to be the champ, you have to beat everybody. And I'm running out of asses to kick.
You fans are amazing. I love you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, UFC. I'm back.
Ferguson's pursuit of the undisputed lightweight title continues on June 8th. And he will face a man who now yearns for the same prize.
Oh, that's it! Out cold.
But Donald Cerrone spent the majority of his career
Donald's got his back. He's got it. He's got it.
indifferent to the idea of being UFC champion.
Out of nowhere.
What drives Donald Cowboy Cerrone? Money. Getting the belt, sure, it'd be cool. Financially, it'd be awesome, but at the end of the day, is what wakes me up every morning now.
Donald Cerrone does it again!
The speed and the accuracy. I mean, what a beautiful combination. Absolutely crisp and accurate.
Chasing and trying to be the best in the world or trying to get the title never really meant much to me. It was always just having fun and loving what I do.
It's just a lot of fun. I love this, man.
Oh, I see it too. He's got a handful. Oh. Darce! Ooh, nice.
For years, you asked me making a run for the title, and I said, nah, I don't really care. It doesn't interest me.
If you can get the one hand open so you can pinch one arm and eliminate it, then yes. Talk about all the accolades that he has, most wins, head kick knockouts, the list goes on, right? And the only thing that we don't have is that belt. We gotta think fighting, not wrestling, sir. I know you think you're a wrestler now, but let's go. Please and thank you. He's still the same wild, crazy guy, but now it's a little more focused.
This right here, this is a pain in the ass, but he wants to walk his hips.
Yeah.
If I start going like this, then I have a chance.
He wants to get that belt, not only for himself, but I think for his son.
You see the animals? They're cool, man, aren't they? With the kid, people were like, it'll change your life. And I was like, it's so cliche, like blah, blah, blah. I know it won't. And then I was like, oh, like on a primal level, right? Like, this is what they're talking about. This is the feeling. Yeah. Piggy. Piggy. Being a new parent, it's definitely changed my outlook. The last thing I need in my legacy, man, is to get this belt, and I'm gonna get it.
Motivation is rarely in short supply for those who ply their trade in mixed martial arts. But Cerrone's newfound incentive for victory has clearly translated to the octagon.
One of the most iconic fighters in mixed martial arts history. This is an older cowboy, a wiser cowboy.
Big swing there from Mike.
And now it's Perry going for the takedown.
But he's looking to reverse it. Ends up on top.
Throws up the triangle on Perry and still with more than 40 seconds. Wow, and Cerrone now trying to lock up the arm. Perry trying to fight out of it. 15 seconds, he taps. And immediately Cerrone points to his son Danger, and he fights for them.
So after a 10-fight run at welterweight, Cerrone is back to lightweight tonight. Oh! Head kick knocks Hernandez down.
We got a little baby right there. Dak's in danger. That's what I'm here for now. Any top five, I'm coming for the belt, man. Cowboys back. I'm on a roll, baby. Here I come.
Cerrone's case for contention was recently made very clear.
Oh!
In a grueling 5-round affair with former title challenger Al Iaquinta.
Iaquinta scrambles to his feet. Oh, and he wobbled him that time. Iaquinta to his back.
Big shot there from Cerrone. Incredible fight.
And since that little guy has entered his life, we have seen a whole new cowboy inside the octagon.
As Cerrone approaches his coveted title shot, the competition only gets stiffer. And Tony Ferguson has proven himself to be far superior than most.
My record speaks for itself. He's got his baby boy, but nothing's gonna change. I'm gonna go out there and give the fans what they want.
I'm better everywhere. I've seen everything. I've been in the fire. I've been in the trenches.
Whoa! Oh! Head kick knocks Hernandez down. Oh, huge right hands on the ground. That's it. Whoa!
Tony, I think you're durable.
Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable pressure.
Super tough. Set a high pace. I also set a high pace.
Oh! Big shot, and again! Cerrone stepping on the gas here, trying to get the finish.
Bring on.
Big kick from Cerrone. Cerrone's going down to play.
This is my mat.
My man.
And I will defend it.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, there's the tap.
I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna rope this cowboy up and tie him up.
The clash between Ferguson and Cerrone on June 8th precedes a pair of title bouts. And flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko.
Flyweight division. Say hello to your worst nightmare.
Let's go.
Faces Jessica Eye.
Nice.
Jessica Eye opens up strong.
Stop counting me out. Give me what I deserve. Woo!
And 125-pound king Henry Cejudo.
Oh, he got it back. Henry Cejudo knocks TJ Dillashaw out in round 1.
Battles Marlon Moraes.
Big kick, and that is it. Stunning.
For bantamweight supremacy.
Eu vou pegar esse cinturão!